of course there was another page that was made by Piper's mother again. Together we got, I think, 6 of them taken down yesterday, so this is number 7. One thing that I've noticed is that every single exclusive page that is being made, they all seem to run through PayPal. And I don't want to keep playing this game with Tiffany. I'm over it, and we're all over it.
And since I'm 18, because now people are on my for freaking saying, hey, I'm 8, because I say all the time that I'm 18, but I just need to reiterate it a lot because it's pretty important to me and it's my birthday and I can say it however many times I want.
At least when I'm by myself and when I'm alone, it's just me and no one's trying to hurt me.
New evidence just dropped that Piper Rockelle is being pimped out by her own mother, and it's worse than anyone thought. For years, people suspected Tiffany was crossing the line with how she managed Piper's career, but now the receipts show this isn't just bad parenting, this is exploitation. We're talking about paywalled accounts tied to Tiffany and potentially folders of Piper's photos being sold off, and collabs that linked Piper to adult creators before she was even legal. None of this is internet rumor. The evidence makes it clear Tiffany has been building Piper's brand for one reason only: to profit. And you guys, it changes how her whole career looks. The staged breakups with Capri, the fake beefs, the endless drama. What we thought was harmless clout chasing was actually a cover, keeping attention on Piper while Tiffany was setting up something much creepier. Some of Piper's closest friends even sued Tiffany years ago, accusing her of abusive behavior. Accounts linked to Tiffany have been exposed and taken down again and again, only for new ones to pop up. Yet, Tiffany is still in control like nothing ever happened. And now that Piper has turned 18, Tiffany's plan looks like it is only just starting. So today, we're breaking down the lawsuits, the staged scandals, and the connections that prove Piper Rockelle's story isn't about internet fame, it's about exploitation. On the outside, Piper's life looked perfect. The big house, the brand deals, the millions of followers, but behind the shine, it was all a setup. Now, most kid influencers peak for a year and then disappear. Piper didn't. She stayed on top for over a decade, and that doesn't just happen. Tiffany was the one pulling the strings. Every move was part of a bigger plan. Capri cheated, scripted. The messy friendship fallouts, scripted. The crying thumbnails, scripted. None of it was Piper making choices. It was Tiffany making sure her daughter stayed trending.
First off, I want all of you guys to know that I know I'm wrong for cheating on Piper. Like, I know it. That's why I'm streaming today at 5, giving her gifts and apologizing, because what kind of boyfriend would I be if I didn't apologize for my actions?
Fans thought it was just corny clickbait, but it was actually the mask covering what Tiffany was really running on the side. Remember when Capri brushed off safety concerns by saying Piper's house looked nice? As if a nice house means she isn't being exploited. That's the kind of denial people around her live in. Not gonna lie, once you look at it this way, the YouTube stunts stop being funny. Piper's bubbly influencer kid image wasn't her reality. It was the character Tiffany built to distract from the bigger plan. While everyone was glued to Piper's fake TikTok beefs, Tiffany was running something else entirely: paywalled accounts tied to Piper's name. Creators like Kendall Kipper exposed usernames like Piper Rockelle 510 linked through PayPal. And guys, it wasn't just one page. Fans reported multiple accounts, and every time one got taken down, another popped up. Almost like Tiffany had backups waiting.
I had a 5-hour-long conversation today with somebody who is extremely close to Piper and her mom, or used to be, should I say. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but they weren't comfortable with me saying who they are, and I think that this is a situation where we have to respect that. However, there are some stories that were told to me today. Obviously, it was a 5-hour-long conversation. I have a list of like specifics that they are writing out, so tomorrow I am probably going to break your mind. However, you can also imagine why I'm probably back is because, of course, there was another page that was made by Piper's mother again. Together, we got, I think, 6 of them taken down yesterday, so this is number 7. One thing that I've noticed is that every single exclusive page that is being made, they all seem to run through PayPal. And I don't want to keep playing this game with Tiffany. I'm over it, and we're all over it. So I think that the best and most easy, logical way is to just mass report the PayPal account that everything everything is running through. That way she can't keep making new pages. The profile picture is suggestive and I feel weird not covering it, but this is the username. It's Piper Rockelle 510. And then if you click right here, report this link, you can report the entire account. I am also, as you can imagine, blocked on literally everything. Tiffany is not a fan of me.
And these weren't cute merch drops. We're talking about thousands of photos being sold, some from when Piper was still underage. The money trail allegedly led straight back to Tiffany's accounts. This didn't start at 18 either. People were pointing to these accounts as far back as when Piper was 15, saying Tiffany was already testing the waters. That's why the outrage won't die down. The fact that these accounts kept coming back shows how determined Tiffany was to keep the cash flowing. So while fans thought Piper was just dancing on TikTok, Tiffany was allegedly running secret sideshows that treated her daughter like a product. Now, let's get into Sophie Rain and the Bop House because this part is impossible to ignore. Piper hasn't officially joined the Bop House yet, let's make that clear, but come on, you guys, you can see it coming. Maybe not right this second, but the signs are there. Piper's already been filming with Sophie Rain, who built her career off of adult content. She's posting TikToks calling Sophie her favorite person and saying she wants to be like her.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when I went to the Bop House, it was like, I didn't go to the Bop House. I went to meet Sophie Rain, okay? That's all I did. And all I have to say is that everyone was so nice to me and so kind to me. But some of the, like, other girls, they're kind of like, I mean, I know that they're doing it to, like, protect themselves. But, like, I hear some of them and they're like, I had no clue she was there. I, like, didn't even want her there. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have it. And I was just like,
and if you've been keeping up, you've seen the collabs. They don't read like innocent dance challenges. The Bop House has been criticized over and over for staging drama as a way to market explicit content. Their audience isn't kids watching pranks, it's older men paying for access.
No, because like me, Aisha, and Peter beefed for a long time, I feel like. It was like a month, 2 months. Yeah. And it was fake and then it turned real. Like actually real.
So when Piper, who just turned 18, starts teasing about joining, it doesn't look like a coincidence. It looks like Tiffany is pushing her towards that circle. And I've talked about this before. Every time Piper jokes about joining, it feels less like a joke and more like foreshadowing. Tiffany knows these collabs keep Piper trending and she knows the drama keeps people watching.
Is she officially in the Bop House? So no, Piper is not a part of the Bop House. All we did was make TikToks, nothing crazy. We ran into her at the mall and then she came over to Sophie's and we just made some videos and she was super, super sweet. But no, she has no affiliation with the Bop House and I just hope this clears things up.
So even if Tiffany hides behind Piper hasn't joined yet, the truth is obvious. The door is not just open for her, it's been waiting. At this point, we don't even need to dig. As y'all probably know, Tiffany has already been sued.
All of our innocence was just swiped from us.
She would like run around and say things to you.
Were you ever asked to pose provocatively or to wear things you were uncomfortable wearing?
Oh yeah, Tiffany would always tell me to go up into Piper's closet and get something that's more tight and revealing.
If that many kids are saying the same thing, it is not a misunderstanding, it's a reputation. And yet, Tiffany kept moving like nothing happened. For years, Piper's content has been styled in ways older men could easily twist, and everyone saw it. It wasn't subtle. But instead of pulling back, Tiffany doubled down. More clicks, more views, more money. You've seen the exposés, the documentaries, the TikToks. This stuff has been out there, but Tiffany stays untouchable, shielded by wealth and the influencer bubble. Any other parent with this many lawsuits and receipts would have been canceled instantly. Tiffany, she just keeps cashing in, and it worked. That's why Piper didn't have the same quick rise and fall as other kid influencers. Tiffany made sure there was always a storyline ready to go, so Piper never dropped out of the algorithm. Piper's channel has never felt like some kid just posting for fun. It's always read like a reality show that Tiffany was directing from behind the camera. That's why the evidence about the paywalls doesn't feel random. It feels like the final stage of a plan that's been in motion for years. And by now, the internet isn't even asking if Tiffany crossed the line. The debate is how far she's already gone. One fan nailed it. I can't believe Piper's mom is treating her more like a bank account than her actual daughter. And honestly, that's it. Every move screams money first, daughter second. Another comment said, why do people always wait for young girls to become 18? I'm so creeped out. She shouldn't be pressured into making adult content just because she's a woman now. She's just an adult. And to me, 18 isn't really an adult. That right there is the point. Tiffany waited for this moment, but people close to Piper keep denying it. Capri brushed it off once by saying her house looks nice, as if that proves she's safe.
I've been to her house. I talk to her every day. She's safe. Her home is one of the safest places I've ever been. And she probably does need help, but she probably just needs someone to talk to because of the things she's been through, meaning people lying and people using her.
Other influencers stay silent, probably because collabing with her gets them views. Everyone knows, but no one inside the circle says it out loud. And the worst part, the denial works. Tiffany still has control, Piper's content still trends, and the lawsuits barely get mentioned anymore. Fans are the only ones saying the quiet part out loud. Piper has been into this, and the people who should protect her are cashing in instead. And let's not act like this is new. We have seen this cycle before. Take the brand Army Kid creators. Some of them were as young as 13, styled in bikinis and even bride costumes, all for paying subscribers. The media literally called it a trap setup because of how risky it was. And you guys, that wasn't random. Parents were managing those accounts and allowing it because they saw dollar signs instead of kids. Tell me that doesn't sound familiar. And of course, we cannot forget Danielle Cohen. Her real age was always debated, 15, maybe even younger, but her mom was styling her in grown outfits, pushing brand deals, and filming suggestive dances while she was still just a kid. The fallout, years later, people are still arguing about how young she really was and how badly she was exploited.
What happened? How did you find out about her real age?
The paternal grandmother
Had reached out.
She called me and she said to me, do you know how old my granddaughter is? And I said, you know, the age that I thought she was. And she said, no. She told me her real age. And she said, I go, no, you must be mistaken. And she said, I was there. And she said, I'll email you right now a copy of the certified birth certificate. And she sent it over to me. And I got off the phone with her.
Now, look at Bad Baby. She blew up at 13 with the whole bad girl image, and by the time she turned 18, she launched a paywalled account. The disturbing part? People were literally counting down the days to her birthday. She herself later said that the way adults watched her grow up was predatory. Sound familiar? Piper just hit 18, and people have been circling her the exact same way. And then there's the most chilling one. Ren Eleanor, the toddler whose TikToks went viral. Millions of men were saving innocent clips of her eating popsicles and playing, leaving disgusting comments.
If you're a parent, I really encourage you to look up Ren Eleanor on TikTok. Go down the rabbit hole. Scare yourself so you can stop posting your children online.
Piper's case isn't unique. It's the same playbook we've seen for years, only this time Tiffany turned it into a full business plan. Piper's scandals weren't accidents, they were rehearsals. And now that she's 18, the question isn't if Tiffany will push her further, it's how far she's already gone behind the scenes. Because if this much was happening out in the open, imagine what hasn't surfaced yet.